Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about chords and different type of chords. We will talk about the suspended chord, the diminished chord, the augmented chord, also the diminished with seven diminished chord, and some the chords with seven, and in root position in first inversion and second inversion. So first of all, I would like to start by talking about the suspended fourth chord. So as we know, the chord is mainly the, what gives the color for a chord to either be minor or major is the first third, right? For example, G major, right? Just by changing the first third from a major third to a minor third, this changed the whole color of the chord, right? From major to minor. Just the third is the one that gives that color that particular color to the chord, if either is a major or minor. In this case, when we have a suspended fourth chord, we don't have a third, which is again the one that usually gives the color to the chord. So in this case, we have a fourth instead of a third. So in this case, so here's the fourth, right? From A to D. Here's the fourth. So again, I'll play a major, a minor, and now A with a suspended fourth. So really like a completely different color, right? So now I will talk about this diminished chord. So the diminished chord is built by two minor thirds, right? So in this case, I wrote here an example. Minor third, and then other minor third here. Right? So minor third and other minor third. So here is the diminished chord, and so yeah, two minor thirds on the bottom and on the top. So in musician, they will also give the explanation about the diminished chord with diminished seven. This it when looking at the exercises that they put in the level 3, I did not find any that address this particular chord, but I will still explain how this is built, just because it's part of what musician explained, but I did not find this particular chord in any of the exercises, so this was not actually in any of the questions that I went through, but maybe there's a chance that you will find it, therefore I will explain it now. So pretty much it's the same idea of like minor thirds, and you just add one more minor third, so you have a total of 3 minor thirds. Right? So this is the diminished chord with the diminished 7. So 3 uh, three, three minor intervals, one plays after the other. So that, and then the augmented chord is the opposite in a way. So it will be 2 major thirds, and then another major third, major third, another chord, example, G to B is a major third, B to D sharp, another major third, and together. An example that I wrote here is, in this case, is a E flat, G, and B natural. So major third, and another major third here. So two major thirds, two intervals for major thirds, and together it sounds like this. So just to remember, the diminished has three minor intervals, and the augmented three major intervals. So just to keep that in mind. So now I'm going to talk about when we're having a chord that has a seventh. In this case, I'm using the tonality of G major. So we have the F sharp, and I'm using the fifth scale degree, and which is D. So we're gonna use the fifth grade of G, which is the dominant, right? The dominant is the fifth degree. So first we'll play the chord in root position with the seven. Here, and then the first inversion. What happened with the first inversion is that the note on the bottom comes way up to the top. So we move the first degree of this chord. We move it all the way to the top. So in this case, then the one that will be in the bass, when we take out the D, it will be the F, right? So and then the second inversion, kind of the same story. You move the note on the bottom and you place it all the way to the top. Therefore, the next note in line is the one that now is on the bass. So this is the second inversion. And finally, I wanted to add the third inversion because you might not find right now on musician, it might not ask you for the third inversion, but still I wanted to mention this because I will explain after playing this and explain how the third inversion works. What is for me the key to find if it's either first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, or root. So in this case, the third inversion is again you place the note on the bottom, goes all the way to the top, and from there you build a new chord. Right. So for me, I will bring this even closer to the screen. So for me, the key is that so you have first of all the root position, right, with all thirds. So when you start moving the note on the bottom to the top, you create a second, like a second interval here. So this second will be kind of going all the way to the top to the bottom. See here in the first inversion, the second is on the top, in the top interval, and then in the second inversion, it comes to the middle, right? So if you see this and there is like the second on the middle, then it's the key that is a second inversion, and in the third inversion, the second comes all the way to the bottom. So again, the root position, there are all thirds. When you do the first inversion and you bring to the top the D, you automatically create a second, like an interval for a second, right? So in this case, it's a whole tone, a major second. In this case, from the first inversion, will be going all the way. Then for second inversion to the middle, now you can see that second on the just like a sandwich, right? just right in the middle, and then in the third inversion will come to the bottom, right? So I think that when if I see the second on the top, I definitely think it's a first inversion, right? And then if I see that in the middle, second inversion, and right now you don't need to care about this one too much, but I did want to bring it into conversation so you can see how the second is moving all the way to the top, to the middle, and then eventually goes all the way to the bottom. So, but right now you will be focusing mainly on these two, right? So just pay a lot of attention when you go to the examples in Musician, and there is a inversion, right, for a chord. So just where the second is. So that's perhaps a really something that can be useful when doing the exercises. On Musician, you will find that, for example, they say create a major root chord in, for example, in this case, in the key of G major. So, and then from there you will create a chord, right? So I think it's really important just to keep in mind how the structure of a root chord looks like, the first inversion and the second inversion. So I hope that this information is useful when doing the exercises. But again, if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact me, and we can expand into more information if needed. So, well, thank you.